we've talked about it for years. Like, I don't view this as a car company, and I never have. I always view it as technology. Right. But to me, the future is about AI. It's about physical AI in terms of autonomous robotics. No, look, this quarter, next few quarters, there's nothing to write home about, right? In terms of actual deliveries, demand, gross margins, EPS. But if you look at the story over the long term, I believe 90% of the future value is about robo-taxis, autonomous, eventually it's going to be Optimus. That, when it comes to physical AI, and Jensen talks about this all the time, the two best physical AI plays are Tesla and NVIDIA.
Okay, that's obviously the future here. Give us the mileposts we should be, if we're taking our attention away from the car business, what are some of the mileposts for these other businesses that we should pay attention to?
So, well, first off, from a robo-taxi perspective, you're looking to be in 25 cities in the next year.
Okay.
So our team was in Austin. We saw robo-taxi front and center. So like you're seeing that expand significantly in Austin. California's next, then Florida and a bunch of other cities. Look, and I believe one of the big mileposts that everyone's looking for is, at some point, probably early 26, when Keane's in a robotaxi.
Yep.
And the thing is, I do think that will happen.
So it's interesting. I mean, I know Tom. When Tom's in a robotaxi, I might be minus stock.
Good luck for that. Dan Ives with us here, and your commute across the nation, particularly good early morning in the 16 miles between Menlo Park and Cupertino. How did Cupertino digest the Google earnings yesterday? The basic, I can just see the leadership of Google and Apple taking a breakfast or lunch at Mademoiselle Colette, some fancy place out there where everybody eats herbal. And the answer is, how does Apple take this? To me, it's a huge deal for Apple.
Well, no, I think that the view that Google is going to become less important to Apple is the exact opposite.
Are we going to get an agreement that Goose is Apple?
That Tom,
Gurman talks about
We've said it. It's a two-part thing. I think you need to get a significant sort of upping of that partnership with Google, because when you look at partners, that's one that they're going to bet on in terms of Apple. I continue, as I've talked about, I think for the first time they're going to have to do an acquisition. Like I told you, I think Perplexity continues to be the one that they should go after, because my whole point is...
Who should go after Perplexity?
Apple should go after Perplexity.
Okay, let's dig into that. Tom Secunda, full disclosure, folks, Mr. Secunda, one of the founders of Bloomberg, is hugely influential in AI with the Secunda Foundation, and he leads with Perplexity. What is Perplexity?
When you think about models, ChatGPT, anyone that uses Perplexity, as I've used probably one of the best next-gen AI models out there. The reason it's so important, and some could disagree, but Apple needs to make an aggressive move. They cannot watch this AI revolution and just let it pass by. That's why I think what you saw from Alphabet was a stepping up. When it comes to Apple, if you go back to WWDC, they really hardly even mention AI. And I think the time has come for them to make aggressive moves in AI. And that'll be the big focus next week in the conference
Lisa,
call.
What's the most herbal matcha coffee thing in the morning? Like, what would be the typical West Coast, healthy coffee thing?
Well, it's called a dirty matcha.
A dirty matcha. Okay. Cupertino this morning, the team's having their dirty matchas to get the day started. Again, how does Apple respond to what we learned? 13% YouTube growth. Thank you, folks, for that. I'm living it every day.
Yep.
And the answer is, how does Apple respond to Perplexity, to Gemini, and to Google's, their embedded relationship with Google?
If you can't beat them, join them. Like they're basically going to have to double down on the partnership with Google, despite all the worries in terms of DOJ and everything that Google is dealing with. And I think for Apple, look, you have the best global install base in the world, consumer. Yep. You have 2.4 billion devices, 1.5 billion iPhones. Now's the time to start to monetize AI, but that's not going to happen internally. It's not going to happen within the walls of Apple Park. It needs to happen through partnerships and what I believe ultimately is an acquisition.